great conversation with a female acquaintance. This is a great conversation. It's real. It's hot off the presses. It's just happened. Oh, my. This is going to make for some great talk radio. So we're talking about two women here, my female acquaintance, an attractive woman who likes to date rich guys, well-heeled guys, guys of influence, etc. And her fat and fugly acquaintance, friend, I guess you'd call her. So you've got the attractive woman, understand you have the attractive middle-aged woman who likes to date rich guys. She is unmarried. And her fat and fugly friend. And one of the things my attractive acquaintance does with her fat and fugly friend is she tries to give her a dose of reality about dating every now and then. So my attractive acquaintance is talking to her fat and fugly friend, and here's what she says. She's talking about a guy she's been dating. A guy of wealth and influence. A guy who takes her out to the most expensive restaurants in town. Takes her to expensive concerts. Expensive everything. The guy's got cashola. And in the meantime, as they are dating, for whatever reason, and I don't know what this guy looks like, I haven't seen him, I don't know. For whatever reason, nothing has happened between them physically. There just didn't seem to be a lot of chemistry. So finally, Mr. Big says to my attractive friend, I'm going to, let's just say another country, a romantic country, one where there is nothing but luxury and wonderfulness, and it's romantic and it's spectacular, and it is certainly a place you would want to go. If you wanted, if you're that type of person who likes to spend money and wants to have a quote-unquote romantic experience. So my attractive friend finally is in a dilemma. Because while she likes going out with rich guys, guys of influence, guys who, well, they can have anything they want, buy anything they want, pay for anything they want, whatever. It's one thing to go out to an expensive restaurant and eat with a guy with whom you haven't found any chemistry. But it was a whole other thing to spend days or weeks in another country with him. So my attractive friend says to her fat and fugly friend, she says, I had to tell the guy, no, I don't find you attractive in that way. I just don't, and it wouldn't be right for me to go to another country with you and spend this time. It would be wrong. So I'm not going to do it. All right, you with me so far? All right. I'm going to leave the country with him because she tried to be nice about it, I'm just not attracted to you in that way. And of course, I wonder, isn't that a redundant statement? I'm not attracted to you in that way. Well, in what way are you attracted to it? Attracted to meals at nice restaurants. You're attracted to nice concerts. You're attracted to going to, black tie events. You're attracted, tells her fat and fugly friend, hey, ever since I told this guy that I'm not leaving the country with him, he hasn't called me. I haven't heard from him since. Nothing unusual about that story, right? The fat and fugly friend responds by saying, I can't believe how shallow he is. That's shallow. You mean his only interest in you is that? You mean just because you're not attracted to him means he's going to stop calling you? How shallow is that? And my response, as I was talking to my attractive female acquaintance, was, yeah, well, your fat and fugly friend, I guess she never let people not being attracted to her get in the way of her having a relationship. I mean, this is somebody who most of her sexual experiences, and by the way, she's living in a complete dream world, they're booty calls. She even says during the conversation, she says, well, you know, the guys I date are not very good at planning. What do you mean? Well, because they always call me at like 10 or 11 at night. They ask me if I'm home. And then they come over and we have sex and then they leave. The guys I date just aren't any good at planning. No, you're a booty call. And the guys you're dating are just hoping to get in and get out before their friends see them with you. At least that would be my guess. So wait a minute. Is that shallow? Is that shallow? If a man says, come with me to another country. Like this summer, I went to Tuscany. Let me use myself as the example. If I went to a woman and said, you know, I've enjoyed all this time we hang out and stuff, come with me to Tuscany, like I would ever do that. Come with me to Tuscany. If the woman said to me, I'm not attracted to you in that way, that tells me everything I need to know. There is no need to go to dinner anymore. There is no need to go to concerts anymore. There is no need to take her to events anymore. There's no need to do that because she just let me know this is never going to be a physical relationship. And if it's never going to be a physical relationship, what are we doing? So my attitude as a man of means, as a man with money, my attitude is, if you tell me you're not attracted to me in that way, why would I talk to you? Fat and fugly friend says that's shallow. That's shallow. Let me ask you this question. Do you think that's shallow?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866. The 2008 Leykis Calendar Release Party. This Friday at Canyon Club in Agoura Hills, California. Visit blowmeuptom.com for details. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the program. We appreciate it. All right. You heard my story. Let's hear what you have to say. 1-800-5800-TOM. Of course, I told you it relates to an attractive woman who I know as an acquaintance and her fat and fugly friend. The attractive woman was dating a guy where she was hoping, you know, the guy was a nice guy, had a lot of money, liked to go out to nice dinners and take her to nice places and what have you, but really never found any chemistry there. And finally, the thing came to a head when the guy said, come with me to another country for a romantic vacation. And she said, I'm just not attracted to you that way. And the guy stopped calling. Fat and fugly friend says, how shallow. That's shallow. The guy should continue dating you, should continue calling you, even though there is no attraction. That's shallow. I don't think it's shallow, do you? Elizabeth on the Tom Leykis Show. Yes.
I got to tell you, Tom, you know, it's the same thing. Pump them and dump them and take the money and run. You got stung, baby.
Wait, dear, first of all, this is not about me. Let's start with that. I always tell you when it's about me.
Okay.
It's not about me. It has nothing to do with me. In fact, this story was told to me by somebody today.
Guilt by association, my darlings. It's just the way the women work. There needs to be a woman that does a Tom, like a Tony Leykis.
Darling, I've got no problem. I mean, you don't hear what I'm saying. I did not complain about the fact that she was taking this guy for a ride and getting the meals and everything. I mean, if you have rules like I do, that can't happen to you, okay?
Right, but shallow is not a bad name.
It doesn't happen to me.
Go ahead.
No, it doesn't happen to me, okay? But as far as these people are concerned, do you think the guy is shallow for not calling anymore?
Well, if that's what she chooses to tell him, that he's shallow, he's shallow. But
no, you didn't hear the story. Clearly, you were not listening. No, and now I'm going to explain it to you again because you weren't paying attention. So I'll put you on hold, and we're going to make sure you completely understand what I'm talking about here. It's the fat and fugly friend who called him shallow. It is not the attractive acquaintance of mine. It's the fat and fugly friend said, why isn't the guy calling anymore? He's shallow. Attractive acquaintance of mine said, well, I can understand why he's not calling. I'm not gonna sleep with him. So the question is the guy shallow?
Then I'm answering you. Yes, the guy is shallow, but it's not a bad title. He is shallow.
He's shallow. He's shallow for not continuing to take her to expensive dinners. He's shallow for not continuing to take her to concerts. He's shallow for not continuing to take her to black tie events. Because now he knows that there's no physical attraction.
He had expectations of something that obviously it wasn't there, so he's shallow not to just, wasn't he having fun without the sex? Obviously not, so he's shallow.
Well, no, but he's not shallow because he was hoping this was going to ramp its way up to sex. He was doing what chicks like you, what over-the-hill bags like you call for all the time. You say that men should be gentlemen. Can a man be a gentleman? He was being a gentleman. He was taking her to dinner. He was taking her to concerts. He was taking her out. And then when he found out there was no physical attraction, obviously, it didn't matter how he ramped up, this was never going to happen. So he was perfect. He was perfectly right to say, that's it, I'm out.
Well, he ended the relationship, but he is shallow because he doesn't have a mental capacity to continue a relationship without doing her.
But it's not only that. Why should he pay for? Wait a minute. Why should he pay for everything? Why, if there's no relationship?
That's what it was based on in the beginning. It was meals and presents and dating.
It was based on ultimately expecting that there would be some physicality.
Then he should have took her out one time and one time only.
Personally, if it were me, let me tell you something. If it were me, we wouldn't have gotten to the first expensive dinner. We wouldn't have gotten there. We would not have gotten there because if there's no sex in it, I'm not interested.
He obviously isn't a very good friend because he didn't listen to Tom Leykis 101. If it doesn't happen,
I don't know.
Tom Leykis 101, which is right.
Well, of course they didn't tell him. Of course they didn't tell him about Tom Leykis. You bet they didn't. Because they want the flow of free meals and free concert tickets. They want that to keep coming. I will give my attractive acquaintance some credit. At least when finally there came a showdown on physicality, she said, I can't lead you on. I'm not attracted to you. That way. All right, dear. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Matt on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
Great.
Yeah, I wanted to say, no, it's not shallow for this guy to end the relationship. I mean, you know, I have a few female acquaintances, and they're always surprised, like, when somebody is giving them stuff, taking them out to dinner and stuff. And I'm like, well, what did you think he wanted from you? If he's taking you out to expensive restaurants, he's taking you out. I mean, one thing, good on her for not, like, going to Europe and then just not sleeping with him the entire time, because I have known guys who've fallen for that one. They take the woman out to, like, Hawaii or something, and then they never sleep with her.
Well, I agree, and good on her, by the way, for not accepting the trip. I mean, at least...
Exactly.
She did have limits to how far she was going to take this.
I mean, I know one girl who's got like 5 engagement rings I mean, yeah, she slept with the guys, but she had no intentions of marrying them. And then she but they go, will you marry me? And she has no intention of marrying him, but she still takes the engagement ring and keeps it. I mean, at least good on her for not doing that. But no, I don't think it's shallow. I mean, the guy had an expectation of what he wanted in the relationship. I'm sure he doesn't want to be standing around there, like, still trying to sniff after her, take her out to expensive dinners. And then, I mean, I'm sure she's probably banging some other guy on the side. You say she's an attractive woman. I mean, she's probably got no shortage of guys out there sniffing after her. And
well, at the very least, I would say that somebody who dates a guy like that without sleeping with him probably dates other guys. Probably does.
I'm sure of it. And, you know, if he doesn't, I mean, he probably doesn't want to be that guy who feels like the sucker every night because he takes the girl out to dinner and then she doesn't do anything with him. And then he probably goes out sometime and she's like, oh, no, I'm with this other guy. I mean, you know, I'm sure about 75% of us have had that happen where we think we're dating a girl and then we're not, you know. And
right. Oh, you thought you thought that was a date.
Right. But, you know, you spend whatever amount of money on her, and then it's like, well, what the heck did I do that for?
Yes.
So, no, I don't agree that I agree that it's not shallow on that guy's part to say, look, if this isn't going where I want it, then I don't want any part of it. So,
exactly.
Take me out Kobe style, Tom?
Here you go, Matt.
Oh.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Here comes Sarah on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. I love you. I just had to start off by telling you that.
Why, thank you.
Also, this is making me so angry. So angry. Like, let me just start off. I'm like a Southern California 8, and I'm not joking you. And I would never expect anything from a guy unless I was a 10. I feel guilty letting a guy pay for the first date unless I look like Jessica Alba. Like, I don't understand. This guy is so shallow because he took her on nice dates and expensive dates, and then suddenly he's cut it off. What kind of girl goes out with a guy she's not attracted to?
Well, as I said, the explanation I got, and you may not buy it, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. The explanation I got was she dated this guy, and he was a nice guy and a man of means, and he got to do cool stuff, go to cool concerts and black tie events and stuff. She was trying to find out if she could be attracted to the guy. And she finally, when she was confronted with the idea of spending, who knows how long, a few days, a week.
But that's the key word, finally. Finally? Like, how long did this go on? It's like, it's
not sure.
Ridiculous.
I'm guessing from the tone of the conversation, maybe a month or 6 weeks.
Okay, well, I'm not promiscuous in any sort, but I know before a month if I'm going to screw a guy or not.
I think most women know in the first 30 seconds.
Oh, I definitely agree, 100%, and that's my point. So she knows, and she's trying to force. She either needed to suck it up and give him what he wanted, and I mean, if he's spoiling her that much, I don't get spoiled like that, and I guarantee I probably look better than this girl, and I'm not just bragging. And I don't get spoiled like that, so she needed to either suck it up and give it to him very, very well, or get over it after the first couple days.
Or just suck it up, huh?
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is if you're going to be letting a guy whine and dine, you know, then what does he get out of it? You better make it worth his while.
That's right.
That's my opinion. Or if you know right away, I'm not interested, I'm not attracted, then why would you even, like, A, let a guy's feelings, if he's a nice guy and he's not pushing you towards sleeping with him and he's just being nice, A, you're endangering his feelings, which is not a nice thing to do, and B, you're leading him on and crushing his ego at the end. Like, no, I'm sorry, thanks for all the whining and dining and the getting to know you, but I'm not sexually attracted to you. I think that she is a horrible person. It just made me angry to hear that.
You think which one is a horrible person?
The girl. She's horrible.
Oh, you're talking about the woman who went on the dates, not the fat and fugly friend.
Yeah, no, the woman who went on the date.
Now, what about the fat and fugly friend who said the guy was shallow for not continuing to call her and go out with her?
If she's fat and fugly, she probably doesn't have much experience with a guy.
That would be my, I agree with that 100%. She probably doesn't get asked out that often.
How it goes.
This is the woman who doesn't know when she's a booty call.
Exactly.
Did you hear what I said earlier? This is a woman who said, and I'm quoting here, she said, the guys I go out with are not very good at planning, And the reason is because they don't call till like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and then they come over, and then they leave at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that's only for one thing. I've had a couple of those myself.
But the point is, it has nothing to do with planning.
But exactly. But these girls that are letting guys take them on dates and spend money, because I'm not going to lie, if I am attracted to a guy and, you know, I make my offer to give him something back, whether it's, you know, a financial value or anything, like if I offer to pay for a date and he declines, I'll take him up on his offer to pay. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I won't accept things, but I definitely would not accept a second date from a guy I'm not attracted to, no matter what. No matter what. And I know that girl's the same way. So that girl's horrible.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Brian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to comment on the shallow. There's only two things shallow here. One is fat and fugly self-control with a spoon. And two, her chances are very shallow of ever finding a guy who will shower nice girls with gifts like that.
Are you talking about fat and fugly or the attractive one?
Oh, the fat and fugly. Her chances are very shallow of finding a guy like that, so she shouldn't even comment.
Yeah, I mean, really, let's face facts. If you are fat and fugly, and trust me, we're talking fat and fugly here. If you're fat and fugly, you can't be asked out by nice guys who have money and take you to nice places. It's not going to happen.
Especially from a woman who can only get booty from guys too drunk to find anything else.
Right.
So I just wanted to comment on old Chubby, and she shouldn't open up her fat mouth. But can you blow me up?
Of course I can. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Manuel on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
How much, Manuel?
I'm calling to talk about that fat and fugly friend. She shouldn't even be opening her mouth, homeboy. How is she going to be giving advice? I bet you she hasn't even been on a date.
Well, she's opening her mouth all the time. That's how she got to be fat and fugly.
Oh, that's true. I know she opens her mouth pretty good, but that's all she's good at, sticking stuff down there. How fine is that girl you're talking about, the one you know, the fine acquaintance? How fine is she?
I just got to tell you something. Talk about how fine she is. I'm thinking about this for a second. How fine is she? It really has nothing to do with it. I mean, this is somebody who...
No, well, I would just like to picture in my head to see how fine she is.
No, but it doesn't matter, okay, for the purposes of this conversation. I mean, she's very attractive. And look, let's put it this way. She is attractive enough to attract rich guys to take her to expensive places.
Uh-huh.
So, based on my rules, how attractive would you say that might be?
That's all right.
All right?
All right.
Rich guys, how attractive are the women they get?
Rich guys?
Rich guys.
Very hot, dude. That's top of the line.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, but it depends where you meet this girl. Some rich guys just have some nasty-ass taste.
Listen, pal, I'm just telling you, we're going off on another tangent here. I mean, the bottom line is she is able to attract guys with money and, you know, successful guys. So you can imagine what that person might look like. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. We're talking about a story I was told, and in short, an attractive woman is dating a guy, and she has not yet warmed up to the idea of any physicality with him, and they're going to dinner, and they're going to concerts, and they're going to black tie events and stuff like that. Finally, he kind of forces the issue by saying, come with me to another country for a nice romantic trip. So she finally has to say to him, but I'm just not attracted to you that way. After she says that to him, he stops calling. And the woman's fat and fugly friend says, this guy is shallow. Do you think he's shallow?
Tom, oh yeah, Leykis. Tom
Leykis.
I listen to you every day after school, and my little brother, he's listened to you since he was 8, and he's 10 now, and he wanted to tell you something. Yeah, Tom, you rock, dude!
The Tom Leykis Show.
From Hollywood, the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. All right. We're talking about the guy who took my attractive acquaintance out to expensive meals, expensive concerts, black tie events. But nothing physically had ever happened. And finally, he forced the issue by saying, come with me on a romantic trip out of the country. And she said, I'm just not attracted to you that way. The guy hasn't called since. And my attractive acquaintance has a fat and fugly friend who told her, hey, that's shallow. I can't believe how shallow he is. Hampton, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Hampton.
How are you?
Great.
Good. I want to say that I think both of the women are shallow. Because the fine friend is shallow for just, you know, being a hole in this guy's pocket the whole time. And I feel that she shouldn't do that. And the fat friend, the fugly friend, who does she have to say, how can she be talking like that when she's just getting guys way late at night who are half drunk the entire time?
Of course, the guy was a dope for agreeing to take somebody out to more than one dinner and to concerts and all that stuff without getting anything back.
I just don't understand. I've been listening to you now since I was 16, and I've been taking you to heart, and I don't think I'll ever spend more than $40 on another date ever again.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you so much, Tom. And I also want to say that my mom is the one that got me listening to you.
I love that.
I love it, too. Can you blow me old school style?
Blow you up? Yes. Yes, I can. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Michelle on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I wanted to say that the fat and fugly friend, complete hypocrite. She's not commenting on how shallow her friend is for not wanting to date him just because he's not physically attractive.
Well, why would that make her shallow?
Why would what?
Why would that make her shallow? I would only date people who are physically attractive to me.
Well, that's true. But
does that make me shallow? I don't care if you think it does.
You're not looking at someone's depth, but...
Yes, but men have to get aroused.
True.
I mean, if I don't get aroused looking at you naked, what's the point?
That's true. Once again, you're right, Tom.
Thank you, dear.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate the call. Devon on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Dad. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
I just want to call and defend this guy. I mean, I think it's so morally reprehensible that women, you know, truly feel that they are entitled to our hard-earned money. I mean, I think that's ridiculous.
Well, you know, this person did have the option of going to another country for a romantic vacation and saying, I'm going to sleep on this side of the bed and you sleep on that side. She could have done that.
I know. I mean, she should be flattered that he wanted to spend his time with her. I mean, be grateful that she was able to ride the gravy train as long as she could.
Well, apparently she is, because she did tell him, you know, I can't do this. She could have faked it. She could have kept going. I think the guy was a dope for agreeing to spend as much as he spent.
Well, yeah. I mean, that just makes too much sense.
I mean, most people will take whatever they can get.
Exactly.
And then there comes a time when the price is too much to pay.
Right. I mean, it's so ridiculous that women feel that it's like they you know, get to choose how we spend our money and just, you know, be freeloaders.
But they don't, because we have the right to say no.
Right.
The problem is too many of us are pussies and we don't say no.
That's true. And
we've got to start saying no.
And instead, we're starting to propose more.
That's right, idiots.
Hey, Dad, can you take me out, Lacey Peterson?
It would be tasteless if I did that. 1-800-TOM. Grace on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I totally agree with the guy not calling her back again, because she's just taking advantage of him, and if he's not going to get anything out of it, that sucks.
But what? So the guy should never call again. I mean, it's done. When somebody, by the way, I don't care how much money is involved. When somebody tells you they're not attracted to you, that's the end of the line. It's done.
There's plenty other, fish in the sea.
No matter it's the man or the woman, it doesn't matter. When somebody says, I am not attracted to you, that's the end of the line. That's the last stop. Get off the train. That's it.
Definitely. I do agree. I honestly think that her fat, fugly friend needs to get her own life. Stop living through the hot chick.
Well, it's kind of difficult when you are fat and fugly. Who's going to take you out on a nice date somewhere?
I don't know. She needs to go get paid to get laid or something.
No, she needs to pay to get laid.
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah. It's so amazing getting to talk to you. I've been listening for a long time, and I agree with a lot that you say. I really do appreciate you letting me through.
You can call me anytime, dear. Thank you for the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. This is Loretta on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Love you.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah, I think both of them are shallow. Or at least the friend isn't so bad because, your friend, because she's, at least she was honest with him about the Europe trip, But,
right. She could have kept this charade going. She could have gone to Europe with him and brought a flannel nightgown and prepared to sleep in the other room or the other bed or on the floor. By the way, every man listening to this show has had this experience at least once. You're dating somebody, it hasn't gotten physical enough for you, so you decide that there's going to be only one way I can pull this off. I'm going to take her hostage. I'm going to take her someplace where I'm driving the car or I paid for the plane ticket, and she's going to be stuck there for a couple of days. She's going to have to bring a suitcase, and then we're going to confront this issue. And it's the worst possible thing you can do, because somebody who doesn't want to sleep with you will say, I'll just sleep on the floor. I'll just sleep in the other room. Or, why don't you let me sleep in the bed and I'll sleep on the floor. And you let me sleep in the bed and you sleep in the living room. That's what they will do.
Yeah. The fat and fugly friend is really shallow, the shallow one. Your acquaintance, well, if I would have dated the guy, I wouldn't even gone out with him if I wasn't attracted to him in that way in the first place. But if it's not in that way, if you're not attracted in that way, what other way is there?
Exactly.
I agree with him. Just don't call her back. You're not going to get anything out of it, so don't put anything into it.
It's done.
It's done.
Thank you so much.
And that's it, Tom. Blow me up.
I'll blow you up, baby. Here you go. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Dennis on the Tom Leykis Show. Dennis, are you there?
My brother from another mother. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, look, I'm going to run this down to you because, like you said, the brothers are hardwired already for Leykis 101.
That's right.
Okay, he was wrong from the beginning. I don't know how he let it get this far. That's not the rules. Am I right or wrong?
Of course, and he's clearly not a student.
He is clearly not a student. He spent too much money from the beginning. So he was wrong from there. She did what she was supposed to do. See a sucker, bump his head.
That's right.
Okay. Now, had he just let her go, not showed any attention to her, she might have came back. And if she doesn't, so what? If you got that kind of money, what are you doing wasting on somebody that ain't going to put out?
That's right.
Okay? Not even a 3-date thing. I mean, come on. They got Viagra for men. They already had Viagra for women. It's called cash. Okay? Now, if you ain't putting out behind that, forget it. It ain't happening. That's not going to do it. Move on.
That's right. If cash doesn't get them lubricated, I don't know what will.
This guy's got no game. None whatsoever. Okay? He's playing the game with no balls.
Well, you're right about that, Dennis. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. But, I mean, you understand that. So, I can't blame the women because that's what women do. You know that going into the game.
Yeah, I like the caller earlier who tried to say that it was me, hiding myself in this story. I would never do that. There's no way I'd be taking women to expensive concerts and dinners. I did that years ago. Those days are over.
Those days are way over. I know what you mean. I mean, been there, done that, bought the T-shirt. Okay? It's not going to happen. Okay? I mean, I've gone out. You talking about $40? I've spent $20.
I like that.
Because it's just not going to happen. Why should I spend all my money on you? I don't even know you.
That's right.
You can't get in. You can't get into the good places on a rookie contract.
That's exactly right.
You got to play a few games and show me what you're going to do.
That's right.
Then you get to go to the good places.
That's right.
And until it gets physical, it ain't going to happen.
Exactly.
So why don't you take me out with Kobe Bryant, money shot, and oh yeah.
All right, Dennis, let's see what we got for you here.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
All right. We don't have the others? Oh, he said a money shot. Oh. What do we call money shot there on the 360? Do we know? No. Splooge? Oh, we call it something. We'll have to rename it money shot because that's how people ask for it. 1-800-5800. It could be splat. Splat. 1-800-5800-TOM. There it is. There's the money shot. And an oh yeah. I don't know if we have an oh yeah in there. Oh, yeah. Okay. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Junior on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. First time, long time, first time. How are you, buddy?
Doing okay.
You know what? When I think that fat, ugly friend, she's waiting for that guy to call her.
Probably so.
You know what? If that shallow guy was to give her a call, she'd go running right to him right away.
Oh, she definitely would. No doubt about it.
She wouldn't even think of her friend.
Well, when my acquaintance told me about the conversation, before she got into the conversation, she said, this thing happened with this guy, and then I talked to Fat and Fugly, and I said, wait a minute, let me guess. And she said, would you mind if I date him? But, of course, that's...
Of course.
And I'll bet she was thinking about that.
Of course. You know what? I guarantee 110%, you know, that the shallow guy that she says he is for not calling her friend back, if he was to call her, I mean, she'd open her legs right away.
That's exactly right. You are exactly right. Junior, thank you for the call. Our email address is my name, Tom@blowmeuptom.com. That's Tom@blowmeuptom.com.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.